Is politics a dirty word? That's a question we get a lot. You know, a lot of people say it is a dirty word. They even talk in ways that imply that. Oh, it's just politics. Decisions around here, it's all about politics. That guy's so political. She's all into the politics. I don't want to play the political game. You might even think that some people define it, maybe you do, as the way that the Greeks do. Do you know that one? Poly, meaning many, and ticks, meaning blood-sucking parasites. And of course, that's implied to remind us that we don't want to go overboard and throw the baby out with the bathwater. In fact, we believe it is a mistake to define politics as all evil. Because in today's world, you can't escape organizational politics. You know, they say there's a corporate survival of the fittest. That means there's also a corporate survival of the savvy, of the politically savvy. And what we try to do, and I want to invite you to do that right now, just as we do in our seminars, is to redefine politics from politics to the following more value-free, neutral, perhaps even ethical and positive definition of organizational politics. It goes like this. Politics can really be reframed as influence. It's simply behind the scenes, sometimes, but informal, sometimes behind the scenes, influence efforts to sell your ideas, achieve power, positive power in your company to do great things, increase your power base, and to really achieve other targeted ends. So it's informal, sometimes behind the scenes influence efforts to sell your ideas, achieve positive power to do great things, gather power and be seen as someone that's influential and impactful, and to achieve targeted ends. Now, there's nothing that's evil or noble about that definition. Nothing inherently good or bad, ethical or unethical. Doesn't it depend on what those targeted ends are? If they're for the good of the company or only for my naked self-interest? And doesn't it depend on the means to those ends? Am I doing the right thing? So the premise that I want to share with you is that politics is not a dirty word. And in fact, a person with political savvy can be a company asset on the balance sheet as long as that person who's astute is asking themselves two questions. One, is this good for the company? Two, am I doing the right thing? You know, for the past 20 years, we've done a lot of coaching, and you see coaching done. The good kind of coaching and the trouble kind of coaching. The kind you want to be in organizational coaching is identifying the future stars, developmental, helping people. The type that's trouble is derailment coaching. This is for the person who's in trouble. They're being bumped out of their job. They're being kicked out of the organization. Organizational coach and executive coach might be brought in as a last-minute, a last-ditch effort to bring that person's career around. And what we found is that in the last 5 to 10 years, the kinds of people that need that fix-it remedial coaching have changed. 10 to 20 years ago, it was the abrasive, overly political people. You might call them snakes, you might call them sharks, whatever you want to attach to them. Now we're finding that it's not just those people that are in trouble in their careers. It's the opposite. It's people who are under political. They have people skills. They have emotional intelligence. I'm talking about company loyal, good, honorable, often technically brilliant people who have integrity, who are still in trouble. They're being derailed. They're under political. They've been naive. They've so defined organizational politics as politics that they've thrown that baby out with the bathwater. So I want to invite you to consider that you have 3 goals, at least, as you're sailing towards your North Star vision as a professional. Don't you want to increase your influence and your influence on the job to get the credit and recognition that you deserve and your team deserves? 2, don't you want to make organizational impact? Not just to have ideas. We're not paid for our ideas. We're paid for the ideas that make a difference in the company. So we want influence. We want to make organizational impact, that our ideas will be sold and make great difference for the company. And 3, to have career growth. So we're saying that anytime you want those 3 goals, influence, impact, and career growth, if we want to enter the arena of those North Star goals we're all sailing towards, there's no way that we can divorce politics from the equation. We're going to encounter them. So that what our experience is showing is that overly political people can hurt their careers and the company resources and reputation, and so can under-political people. Under-political people end up just doing water ballet in the Shark Tank.